Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly video predictions for what I think is going to happen next week in next week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. This is for episode 13 now. It is called Blackjack. Okay, and spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen episode 12 yet, the review for it's in the channel right now, and I'll have it posted in the end screen video for you guys here if you want to watch that one after this one. Leave your comments below for your Q&As for this week, guys. I'd like to do at least one Q&A for Fear the Walking Dead, how you guys are feeling about the series right now, and any questions that's pertaining, what you think about new villain and everything they got going on right now with Fear. So the back quarter, this is episode 13, so we have 13, 14, 15, and 16, our last 4 episodes for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. It's been kind of a crazy season as we've gone through things this year so far. The first half feeling totally different from this back half. The first quarter of the back half, so, you know, the first 4 episodes of this second half, I feel like they've been okay, and we're looking to see what they're going to do as they wrap up this season, and maybe where, positioning-wise, what we're looking at as far as the series will go with for Fear the Walking Dead in Season 5, since it has been renewed for a 5th season already. So episode 13, Blackjack. Okay, so it looks like for this one, from the sneak peeks and the promos, and I'll put the links in the description as always for you guys, so you can check these out to AMC's official channel, so you can watch these through. So with this episode, it looks like it's going to focus mostly on Strand and Jon Dorie, and it looks like they are kind of marooned, or they're stuck after the events of the hurricane. So the description for the episode reads: Strand and Jon are marooned. Luciana aids a man in need. The group's efforts to help a stranger put everyone in danger. So from the sneak peeks of this episode, looks like this one's not exactly going to be a bottle episode, but I don't see too much of Morgan in the promo and all that. So it looks like it's going to be kind of maybe similar to last week's episode, episode 12, where you have kind of a focus on Althea in June, and then you bring in kind of a little bit of Morgan and the group that he's with, you know, to complement it. It looks like we're going to see something like that this week, as we have Strand and Jon that are kind of stuck by themselves, and then you have Luciana, who's going to be, you know, maybe meeting a new character, helping someone out who's, you know, who's around there. So we'll see. So Jon in the sneak peek is kind of building like a raft to get across a part of, you know, some water that's kind of come through with the dam being broken, it sounds like. And maybe after the events of the hurricane, they got kind of pushed there, and then as the water kind of came down, it sort of, you know, trapped them in there. So Jon is building a raft to try to get out, and Strand is like, screw it, you go do whatever you want. I'm going to go relax. So there's some, looks like some crocodiles around. Maybe there's a zombie that gets eaten by a crocodile. So that's kind of fun. And you know, Jon just basically wants to go for it. He wants to cross because he's worried about them running out of food and not knowing how long it's going to take for the water to kind of pass through, if it even does, or they might run out of food first and wanting to go find the others. So we basically have a conversation in the sneak peek between Jon and Strand where they're arguing of what to do, and Strand just wants to chill and relax like he wanted to before. But, you know, I see what Jon's going for here. You know, they're going to have to get out of there sooner or later, and if they just wait, things might not get any better. So that's the sneak peek. And then the promo, you've got what kind of sicko does that. So referring to this new female villain we have here, who may have left them one behind, right? So they're kind of like seeing her, kind of her dirty work, and seeing what she's doing, and just been like, what the hell? Take what you need on the one face, right, and then people you know on the other, like maybe like a riddle, maybe to Morgan, because Morgan did see her, and so you know, maybe kind of like a hint to him on who it was who did that, but it's not really like he doesn't really know her. He just kind of walked by her once, you know, and said like a couple words to her. So there's that. Jon and Strand, why keep believing things will get any better than this? Jon, you just got to believe. You just got to fight for the next day. We ain't going for a swim. And then you see the croc, and then you've got Jon killing a zombie, and then you've got Lucie, right, so she's killing a zombie as well too, near a car. And that's pretty much it for as far as the sneak peeks go and that kind of stuff. So again, it feels very similar to what we've been seeing recently with Fear. And, you know, I don't know if I want to say in terms of predictions, like I think it'll be much the same as episode 12, just focused on Jon and Strand here, and eventually they'll probably, by the end of the episode, they'll probably get out. Maybe they'll run into Luciana, and then maybe in a couple episodes they'll run into the rest of the group, and then the whole Fear group will be mostly back together again with Alicia out there somewhere, maybe with Charlie joining with the others afterwards, and kind of the whole group getting together by probably the end of this season, by the time the season is ready to wrap up, which would kind of parallel season 4 of the original Walking Dead with what they had with meeting at Terminus at the end of the season. So, you know, that's my predictions for what I think they're going to do. You know, similarly with season 4 of The Walking Dead, it's been a while now, right? Because we're going to season 9 now, so it's hard to think back to like how we were feeling during season 4. But I remember Too Far Gone in season 4, where the governor attacks, as being like, you know, one of the best episode that they've ever done up until that point. And it was like an incredible episode, right, with the tank and everything. And it was so intense and all that. It was just amazing. And then after that, in the second half, because they had done all that craziness, they basically had kind of just started sort of switch things up to where you have the group all kind of walking around, and then eventually they meet up at Terminus near the end. But you have Jon and the others. So there was some excitement. There was some kind of action in there. It wasn't too bad. But this reminds me mostly of that in that season, where it's like you have kind of this back half where it's just like, you know, I don't know, just not that much is going on. The group is separated, and eventually they get back together, and they kind of have these different little trials and things that they have to do in the meantime. Like you had Alicia and Charlie, and they had to work out their problems, and they were in the house or whatever. And then and they almost got trapped in the basement and with the water. And then this one we've got Jon and Strand, and they're kind of trapped, so they got to get out with their kind of thing. And then you had June and Al, and Al was sick, and then they had to find. So you get kind of the group starting to kind of rebuild here together. Maybe a few of them will be killed off by the end of the season. Probably the newcomers, the trucker people. I can't see them lasting very long. I really can't. And then, you know, that brings us to maybe a new income, a new villain near the end of the season. So that's what I'm thinking right now. But I just remember back to the second half of season 4, where things were kind of slower after Too Far Gone. They had a big episode like that. Whereas, you know, season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead, I feel like the first half of the season was a big half, because you had, you know, Rick showing up in Fear, which was really cool in the premiere, Morgan crossing over, Madison. Well, there were some huge character deaths there with Nick and Madison. So I felt like the first half of the season with Fear was crazy, and then this half is kind of like just spinning your wheels a little bit on zombie heads, right? If you talk season 4, yeah, that was season 4. So, you know, that's pretty much it for this predictions video, guys. Let me know how you're feeling. Leave the questions for the Q&As, and that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen in Blackjack, as well as the rest of this season. Not the most exciting to watch episode to episode, but it's okay, and you know, it's developing at least some of these newer characters, since they killed off so many at this point of the original Fear cast. They kind of have to build up the new group. So that's it for this video, guys. Leave your comments below for the Q&As. Check out the review if you haven't seen it. And if you like this video, please thumb it up below. Please like it, share and favorite, as well as subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.